Hi, I'm Lizzie and this is Laura, and today we are going to talk to you about the things that were good and not so good on board P&O Britannia in April 2023 when we were on board for a 5-day cruise.
So possibly our favourite part of the cruise and you know the best night we had on board was the night we spent in Limelight. We did have a little bit of trouble booking this actually before we got on board, but we were all sorted, got in there, and it was just such a good night. We saw John Partridge, who we were a little bit reserved about seeing him because although we both love musical theatre, neither of us have really ever seen him perform. Obviously we've seen him on EastEnders, but haven't seen him in a musical theatre type scenario. But we popped a little message out on our Instagram and left it open to a vote, and everybody said absolutely go and do it. So we did, and we're really glad we did.
You know, people were saying just book it because of the food anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that it's such an intimate venue. We've been to Limelight on Iona before, never been on Britannia's Limelight before, and it's a smaller room.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm lying. We have been in there before.
We managed to get ourselves locked inside that Limelight on our previous Britannia cruise. No idea how it happened.
Right.
It was the middle of the night, and luckily a member of staff came walking through and managed to get us out. But yeah, so we have been in there, but never for the show.
So as we were saying, it's a smaller venue, so it makes it even more intimate, and the food is obviously a next level up from what you get in the main dining room.
Yeah, the meal was lovely, wasn't it?
And the show that John Partridge put on was just incredible. So even if it's somebody that you're not interested in, I've got a feeling it might always be worth going to Limelight. So probably our second favourite thing on the cruise was the food in the glass house. Now we can't really say the glass house as a whole because we were a bit disappointed with the wait time sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's because it was a full cruise and only 5 days people were trying out all the different venues. So we ate in the glass house twice, which is quite unusual for us to go twice to the same venue, especially speciality dining venue.
Yeah, but we didn't get much choice really the second time because we couldn't get into the main dining room.
So the first time we went for a lunch, and that was the day when we had the really long wait for the lunch. But it was worth it. The food was definitely worth it.
Yeah, and it was a sea day, so we didn't have anywhere to be. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it was just a little bit irritating.
And it's always quite nice to try a few of the different wines in there. So I had a pasta dish. I can't remember what it was called, something to do with pinwheels.
Spinach and ricotta.
Yeah, spinach and ricotta in it. Let's get my words out. And Laura had 3 small plates, like she usually does in the glass house.
And then on the evening when we went for the dinner, we shared 3 small plates. And then I had the sliders, which Lizzie had before, but I'd never tried. And I had serious envy when Lizzie had them before. So I was glad that I got to give them a go. And then Lizzie had the, is that surf and turf?
Yeah, surf and turf. I don't know if that's what they call it, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, and all the food, every single time, well, both times we went in there, the food was brilliant.
And it's just a really nice place to sit as well.
Yeah.
It's always a nice place to sit and chat to the people who are around. We had a lovely chat with fellow passengers. The staff were very friendly in there.
Yeah.
And on the evening, you could hear the singer that was on in the end.
Yeah, that was
the
really
atrium.
nice, wasn't it? Another thing that we thought was really good on this cruise was the entertainment. As always, to be honest, on a P&O cruise, we really enjoyed the entertainment. We saw a really good variety. There was a comedian on board, Jack Ryan, who we have seen before and quite recently, but we still enjoyed. We also had Rachel Horn on there as Cher and as herself doing like a diva show. She was fantastic.
If you don't know who she is, she was the winner of Starstruck last year.
Yeah.
So she was amazing.
I mean, I can't lie, I didn't even know what Starstruck was, but she was really, really good. You could see why she won a singing competition. And then we also had Rock On, who were like a boy band really that did rock sort of music. And there was a headliner show, just the one on this 5-night cruise, because headliners were brand new. We didn't actually go and see it because it was on the horizon, which we've seen a gazillion times before, and also because we were actually late out of dining that night, so we didn't get the opportunity to.
We absolutely love cruises for the sea days. I'm not going to lie, we absolutely love them. But on this cruise, we really, really enjoyed our ports. Now, we've been to both ports before.
Multiple times as well, not just once before.
And we really enjoyed our 2 days in Rotterdam. We quite often get an overnight in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So it's nice and relaxing because then you don't have to get up particularly early and there's no pressure to get back to the ship by a certain time on the first day.
And I also really like the views into the city from the ship at night. The views of the bridge are great.
And then we took it quite easy in Rotterdam, as in we just went for a nice little wander around on the first day, went to SS Rotterdam on the second day to have a look around there. That was a new area to us that we'd never walked around before. It was just really enjoyable to be able to go. And sometimes it's quite nice going somewhere you've been before because then it's familiar.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're almost a bit more adventurous then. And then the second port, we really went somewhere different.
Yeah, we were in Zeebrugge, but like anybody that cruises from the UK, we've ended up in that port lots of times. And we've been into Bruges a few times and we've been to Blankenberg, which is the more local area. So we decided to book the day trip to Ghent, which was absolutely beautiful.
It's very rare for us to book an excursion these days. And we decided to do it because we was going somewhere different and people had told us that Ghent was lovely.
Yeah.
So, and we're really pleased that we went there because it is a beautiful place to go to. And if you've never been, I highly recommend it. We'd love to go back.
Yeah.
It'd be a great weekend away.
I mean, it was only a few hours that we got there, wasn't it? But it was a really nice few hours. And I think the weather helped because it was a nice sunny day. The final bit on our enjoys list was we really enjoyed the sail away party. It was a bit of a surprise. It wasn't advertised. And we kind of got the impression that it was going to happen because we could see the entertainment staff hanging around.
They were gathering.
And it was a bit... It was a nice-ish day, wasn't it? It wasn't a cold day. It was nice and sunny, and it was perfect, really, for a sail away party. Everybody was really up for it. Everyone was getting really involved on board, and it's just good fun. So it's really nice to see P&O doing sail away parties regularly again. And
we just feel that this is what Iona missed a little bit when we've been on board Iona. We've never been on board Arvia, but we know that they don't do them on there. I feel like it just brings everyone together and gets everyone in a good party spirit.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you've got any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments down below. You can also follow us on all social media. We're @Sisters on the Seas.